I think
Well, we're live.
I thought it did it already.
No. Um,
We can do the countdown with 1, 2,
you're
3.
supposed to down.
Oh
Let's
wait, it's supposed to go count down. Wait,
Never mind.
not count up.
Anyway, good evening, good
5,
evening.
4, 3, 2,
Good
1.
evening, good evening, good evening, because your show is crazy.
That's our theme music.
Good evening, and welcome to Monday Morning Talk. I
Monday
am your girl.
evening.
Monday Evening Talk. Oh my God, there's a second evening. We gotta get used to this now. I am your girl, So, and of course, I am here with my lovely, lovely friend, the lady Michelle Lachey. And today we're gonna do kind of a quick show. We're not gonna do the full hour. We're gonna do this because we started a little late, got a little late start. Y'all know, like these hours, I'm kind of at work for right now, but it won't be long before I'll be available again at the 7:30 hour. But so we're gonna try to just do something quick for y'all. Have a nice little show for you guys. But before we get into that, we're gonna quickly go into our weekends. So Shells, tell us what happened with your weekend. Did you have a movie that we see? Any movie reviews or anything like that? What did you do?
No, I wanted to go to the movies. I wanted to see that new movie, The Bad Guys, but and I wanted to go see Ambulance, but we did not get a chance to go. But I am about 98% sure that next week I will definitely have a movie review or two
Oh,
for you
okay.
guys. Um, because this weekend we let me see, Friday I did something. Uh,
What did you do?
Friday I did something. Saturday I did something. Saturday we went to this thing called Taste of Marietta, which is
Mm.
the town I live in, Marietta. And it was a nice little setup, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know if these vendors or these restaurants, this is the first time they've ever done a tasting or something like that. But the lines were extra long. I mean, extra long, and not moving out. Now, you know how you go to the taste, you can have a line all the way down 3 blocks long, but
Yeah.
you still only going to be in line about 10, 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
No, these lines were not moving. I
Wow.
used to stand in line for 30 minutes for a quarter of a euro or something, you know. So yeah, but we did that, and then I went and hung out with some friends, spent some time with light skin. You know, that's always
Hey,
happening.
hi, light skin. How you doing?
Hey, I see you light
Hey,
skin.
light skin. We see you
Um,
watch the show sometimes so we can mess with you.
but he would never. He would never. He's so. You know what? Let me take that back because he surprised me sometimes. He might, depending on what it is. He might, but for the
You gotta
most
come
part,
on. Be in the comments. Be in the comments.
yeah, yeah. Maybe I can get him to be in the comments one day so we can be like, "Hey, light skin."
Right.
We'll see.
I'm gonna get to not
Um,
see you but meet you.
yes, but yeah. But then that's it though. So that's what I did this
Right. I thought
weekend.
you did some poetry on the open mic.
Well, that was on Thursday. So if you want
Okay.
to count that as the weekend, then
I guess
you
you
can.
did something.
I did do a performance on Thursday. It was dope. I had a lot of fun. I got to meet some great people. I got some great vibes, and it put me in a great mood and great mindset to know that I just really need to keep going. So it's just
Yes.
like every time I do it, every time I do things outside of the norm, like
Mm-hmm.
it just reminds me that I got a mission. This was a mission, not a small time thing. Okay, sorry. So what about you? So what happened on your weekend? I ain't see no party photos.
Oh, you know what? Oh, you didn't see my stuff on Facebook? And Snap. Well, it was Friday. I worked. It wasn't. We didn't have a lot of students Friday, but it was very productive. My students got a lot
I
of work.
saw you. I saw you had a couple of graduations.
Yes, yes. When again, I got a couple of them this week too. So my one student, she did graduate Friday. Lisa, she finished her course, and so I got like another one graduating on Wednesday. I think another one Thursday, another one Friday. Like they're just bouncing up out of here. Um, and so that was good. It was quite, and it's funny because I texted them and I said, because they were supposed to do their practical test Friday, but a lot of them couldn't come. So I was like, we'll do it Monday. So I'm like, well, today I want, because it was raining, it was storming real bad, the weather was bad, I almost didn't come. And so I was like, I just want a nice, quiet, peaceful, productive day. And I got a nice, quiet, peaceful, productive day. So I went home. I didn't do anything. I went to bed. And then Saturday, I worked that morning at the radio station. And then my girl Nikki, she came into town from Wisconsin, and
Hey,
she have
Nikki.
she have friends like from like Jamaica, whatever, and they're like strippers and stuff. And they're in the whole stripper world. Nikki's not a stripper, but she's like in that world or whatever. So her friend came out from Jamaica, and he had a show, and he brought another friend or whatever. And so we went to we had so much fun. And so we went to the show, watched some. Then it was ended up being ghetto because the owner decided to cut the show mid show, so only like four people didn't get to dance because somebody messed with her thermostat. It was burning up hot in the place. Okay, I guess somebody turned her air on. So we shouldn't even known that as customers. One, that should have been, she could have went to the person renting the spot and said, hey, tell your DJ to announce to people not to touch my thermostat or I'm going to have to shut it down. That would
Mm-hmm.
have been more professional. So then nobody wouldn't touch it or whatever, and the show could have continued. But no, she wants to like be all out and say, touching my thermostat. The DJ's like, okay, we got to go pack up. Everybody got to go. We got to shut it down. So
Mm-hmm.
she shut the show down. I was a little tipsy and I was almost ready to fight her or whatever. But my friend from Wisconsin, like, see, that's that Chicago girl. I'm like, I'm from Harvey. And so
Okay.
I was
They
like,
don't want us in
they
Chicago
don't want
anyway.
that.
We a whole nother brand of
Right,
hood.
exactly.
We
We
a
a whole
whole
different
nother brand
breed.
of hood. You
We
right.
don't really
I ain't
talk
from
much.
Chicago.
We
I'm
don't
from
really argue much.
Harvey.
We don't really talk much in Harvey. We don't really argue much in
Hello.
Harvey. We kind of
We
get it
come
just done. 2
6042.
6.
I'm trying to do it backwards, but I did it all the wrong way.
You
So.
did, you did, you did. Yeah. So anyway, so that was that. And so then we had fun. We ended up going. We went to that hotel, and yeah. So I ended up staying in the one of the other rooms. So I think he had to get another room, so I didn't have to drive home, which is good. I didn't stay no. I stayed in the room by myself. Let's get that straight. So but
Mhm.
because I was still sick, I didn't want to drive. So yeah. So he was like, just take my
Very
room.
good.
And I'm like, oh, thank you. So I had a whole room to myself. So it's kind of like my little piece because, I was by myself in the room. And I passed out and I forgot. He's like, okay, well, I had to come up there at 5 o'clock because I got my flight. I got to get my stuff. Girl, I was knocked out asleep. Somebody was knocking on the door. And I'm like, I forgot I was there. I thought I was at home. And I'm like, who is this knocking on my door?
Hmm.
And so I get up and I'm like, oh, shoot. I'm at home. I was like, you need to come get your stuff. I knew
Okay.
it was gonna be locked out of his room for hours. I'm like, so yes, then that happened. And then Sunday I didn't. What did I do Sunday? I did something Sunday. So I know I worked that night. I did something. Okay. Oh, Sunday, me and her we went to breakfast. So Nikki and I went to breakfast before she left, and then I just went home. Yeah, and I took a nap, and then I went to work. I had to be at work till 12 o'clock in the morning, and yeah, and that was it. That was my weekend. Then I worked this morning, so and I'm at work now again. My life
Mhm.
is all around. So yeah, so that was my weekend. It was pretty. I had a good time though. Nikki, she's supposed to come out again on the first, so that's good. And we'll hang
I
out
see.
again. Yeah.
All right. I knew a girl named Nikki, I guess. Okay.
But yeah, so that was that, and so now we'll get into our topic, which is this is National Poetry Month. So of course, Shell and I are poets, and Shell is more open with her poetry than I am. And so we're going to go into some of our poetry, but before we do that, we're going to talk about exactly what poetry means to us, what inspired us to write and love poetry, and all that good stuff. So, Shells, you want me to go
Okay.
first or you want to go first?
I can go first. Sorry.
Oh,
My dog is like really trying to get in my lap, so I'm moving my hands because he think every time he see a hand, he feel like I'm
you
supposed
got to
to.
play. Mm-hmm.
No, sorry, mind your business. Um. Okay, so poetry. Um, I love poetry. I was first introduced to poetry when I was young. Um, I used to love Shel Silverstein, Where the Sidewalk Ends. Um, I also loved. I can't even think now of a name, but like some Langston Hughes,
Mm-hmm.
and I think when I really like I let's just say I think I liked it before, and I fell in love with it when I learned about Maya Angelou, Nikki Giovanni, um, especially Maya Angelou and Nikki Giovanni.
Mm-hmm.
They really, really, really inspire me the most. Gwendolyn Brooks, of course, because I mean, I went to Gwendolyn Brooks Junior High School.
Me too. Seventh grade.
I went seventh and eighth. I am a graduate.
I transferred eighth grade.
No, mm-mm.
Yeah,
I'm
eighth grade.
loyal. I'm loyal to my school. Okay.
Transferred eighth grade. But go ahead.
Yes, I went to Bryant, then I went to Brooks. Um, so that was when I fell in love really with it. And then like I said, I was on my sister started first. She was on the speech team in high school, and I was still in junior high. And that's when I fell in love with reading poetry. Oh,
Hi, Miss J.
hi, friend. So right. Ain't nobody. So yeah, so then that's where my love of reading poetry out loud and speaking it came from. And so and then we've gone from there, and then I learned that I'm actually pretty good at writing poetry. And so uh
Oh, love you.
oh, we gotta let the world know that. I love you, oh Miss J.
Love you, Miss J. Where are you at? Right. Are you out here? Because we could have hung
Yeah,
out, Miss J. That's
she
right.
came out there for the grand
That's
opening of her
right.
people's wellness spot.
That's all right. Because I'm going to go to her. I'll go and I'll shop there since I missed the grand opening. But I will be a customer. I will support.
Yes.
I will support.
Yes, we have to get the information so we can blast that again on the show.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, that was pretty much it. That's how I did it, and so ever since then, back in the '90s, I discovered spoken word, and the movie Slam. If you've never seen Slam before,
Mm-hmm.
it's a great movie. If you are really interested in like the mindset of a poet, I believe, and just to see like how diverse poetry can be. It's not like a poet movie, but it's a poet movie. It's not like
Right.
a Love Jones, but it's definitely gives you more insight into like something else. But anyway, so I like to say that's what it is. That's what it is. That's how I fell in love with poetry. It has definitely saved my life many times over, and it continues to save my life. I do feel like it is part of my blessing and my calling and my purpose. So that's it. What about you, Miss So?
Mm. Well, I know, like, of course, like the old school poets, Langston Hughes, Maya Angelou, and all those like older poets. They really, I think poetry runs in the blood in my family. I can say
Mm-hmm.
like my mom, my brothers, my sisters, my nieces, nephews. They all they were just all into poetry. My cousins, like they all write good. Even my daughters and my nieces and nephews write really good. So I guess writing and stuff just was like it's like in the genes of the family. But when I was first into poetry, it was more of like the slow, like almost romantic type of poetry, like the uh, real slow poetry. So as I got older, and then the poetry jam came out, and they started doing the poetry that's now, like the intuit poetry. And
The
so
spoken
that's what,
word,
yeah, more harsh poetry and more like you telling us real story poetry, like you with your homie poetry.
storytelling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's when I was like, oh man, I can't do that. And so I'm like, this is what we gotta do with poetry nowadays. But it started making me write. And so in my head, like I can read it like that. And I'm like, okay, what I'm saying, I want to do this poetry. So I just started getting it more. And I would just like write poetry for every moment I was in. Or, if I'm just sitting in the shower, I just say a poem off the top of my head. Or, what I'm saying? It's just like I would just freestyle poetry just like out of nowhere. Like I would just be sitting and I would just say a poem in my head. And then I'm like, oh, I got to write that down because I forget it. By that time, I had like a whole stack of notebook, like of poetry. And then I would like in high school, I would like sell poetry on Valentine's Day to the guy for $5. or what else they can send it maybe to their girls. And so
Always hustling.
I was, and so it was just like, so I was just like, I just love poetry. I can see like now when we was talking about doing this the other day, and I'm like, dang, I gotta get a poem. I'm like, I can read something that I already got, but then I'm like, let me just write, and then just like boom, 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 off the top of my head, I just wrote something. So I'm really good at like freestyling, like because I have such a vivid imagination. And I'm such like a visionary, so I'm really good at writing. So I can write off the top of my head, and just like with movies or whatever, I could just write. And so it's like rhyme and reason. It just comes off my head. But coming out of my head onto paper is one thing. Coming out of my head out of my voice is a whole nother story. And so that's why I'm trying to break that cycle, because every time I write now, or when I think about writing, I think about Nico. And I always think about him telling me, get up there, get up there, get up there. So that's why when we did the music video for school, I wrote the poem and I did it in the video, but it ended up being like a rap. I turned it into more of a rap than a poem. And so I was like, okay, well, at least I did it and I felt good about it, because when I used to stand up and do my poetry before, I would shake so bad, and I used to be so nervous. So I'm like, so I always think about in the spirit of Nico, like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. So kind of like he's like my push to, God rest his soul. I wish he was here now to like even see me like getting up, just even not on stage, but just out and, what I'm saying, out to my words with my poetry. So now, yeah, so I just always just love poetry. It's just in the blood, period.
That's what's up. But I will say this before you read your piece and I read my piece, and we shout out Miss J people's stuff again.
Yes.
Don't think that there aren't people who still just read. There are people who still just read, for one. And for two, don't try to be like everybody else.
I can't.
But no, I'm just saying, like, I'm saying it in the sense of like,
Don't try to do their style.
Don't try to do their style when you think about your stuff like, oh, I don't read like that, or I don't sound like that, I don't flow like that. You read your poetry the way you wrote it in your mind. That's the thing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The
and
way
see
it
that's
comes.
the thing. I know how I wrote it in my mind. I said it in my mind. It's just about how I'm trying to take it like that out like that, but it's just like the nerves that kick in and be like,
Oh, that's fine. The nerves eventually go away, but I'm just saying, to help it go away, continue to read in your voice. Don't think about what other people do. And once you continue to read in your voice, and you get used to your voice, it's gonna make the nerves die. And I still get nervous before I perform.
yeah,
I think even Beyonce still gets nervous.
yeah. I know that. I still get nervous when I'm still doing.
So,
Sometimes I still get nervous when I'm teaching, when I'm doing theory or
yeah.
teaching. So
So
yeah.
I don't want you to, I just want to give you a little bit of encouragement as you go
Thank you.
along on your journey of using your voice. So I don't want you to feel like I'm trying to be like, yeah.
No, 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 no. I take all that. I take all that in.
Yeah. So
Hi,
hi,
Brittany.
Angel.
How are you, girl?
And
I was just gonna say that. Go
yeah,
ahead.
I was at MSJ's people.
So yeah, so before we go into the poetry, we definitely got to shout out Miss J's sister and her husband for opening up their store. I think it's in South Holland.
Flossmore.
Flossmore. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's in Flossmore. It's called 92 Minerals, and it's like a wellness store. I don't know too much about it, but I will get some stuff off Miss J's page, and I'm gonna put it on our page, in our group page, so that you all can get more information. I don't want to give misinformation. If you have correct information, Michelle, you can definitely share it.
Yes. No. I just know that it's in Flossmore because I remember seeing the address. It's not too far from my aunt's house, so
Oh, okay.
I remember it was in Flossmore. That's how I remember.
And
So
then you didn't really miss much. You just we were just talking about our weekend and our love for poetry. Now you came in on a good part, because we're gonna read a piece or two for you.
all right,
And
we're
then
gonna
right.
start off with so.
Okay, yeah, put me on the spotlight, don't you?
Yes.
Now my stomach just like went like this.
Come on,
No
because
lie, like
I ain't gonna give you an
instantly.
opportunity to try to weasel your way out. Let's go.
It's cool. I'm just gonna. All right. So I
It's
wrote
just
this off
us.
top.
It's just us here. It's just
Yeah.
me, you, and Angel.
It's just me. It's just me. I'm better
There
when it's
we
just
go.
me.
I'm gonna put myself on mute.
So I wrote this off the top of my head, of course, like I just said. It was like last minute. It's kind of you veered towards somebody, but not 100% veered towards somebody. He was just the thoughts of the poem. So my students are so loud. They get loud now, so they my audience. Okay. We started talking online. I saw your picture and said, "Oh, he fine." I wasn't too into light skins, so I thought we'll just be friends. But the day we met and the compatibility was so strong, I told myself the friendship part is definitely gone. This right here is going to be my man. And from then on, I stood on what I said. He's educated with a keen sense of humor and charm, nice body type, bald, slightly bearded, and has some nice tatted arms. All of what I look for in a man. Oh, did I mention? He's also good with his hands. And lips, might I add. But that's TMI. Because you folks are nosy. You sexy as fuck, lady. That's what he told me. So now I'm just admiring his beautiful smile, his alpha male personality, and all the things he say to me, all the things he say and do to me. He might be a keeper if he keep this up. I might be fully off the market. We'll see what's up. So far, so good. I love a man from the hood. He got hood tricks. He got hood. He not hood sick, but he have a hood. Oops. Let me stop telling all his business. So I think it's best that I end this piece.
Woo!
And that's a little bit on the bottom part because I had that bottom part slick when I first wrote it. But then it's like
Good job,
in my
friend.
head. I'm like, I need some water.
You did it. You did it. You did it.
I did
Now we
it.
just gotta keep you doing it. Go on now, dog. Excuse me. Move. Move. Sorry, y'all. I don't know. All right, my turn.
Your turn. Go, 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 go. Oops. Thank you,
Yes.
Annette. Thank you.
All right, so I'm gonna do this piece. It's written down. Y'all know I normally like to just write.
Low.
So this is a special piece. I wrote this for my light skin, and he watching Brooklyn play, so I know he ain't watching us.
And you're probably not.
I know he
Everybody
not.
watching the game.
He definitely watching the game. He ain't thinking about this right now. So I can say this because he don't know nothing about this poem. Okay. So it's called The Text Message. You know what I like about you the most? I like that I'm your friend. Sitting up and swapping stories and sharing laughs with no end. I like how calm I feel around you. I just be inserting myself into your life, invading your everyday. But you make me feel like that's okay. Your energy is so energetic. Our chemistry is magnetic. You affirm and validate me. Show me that I'm more than someone who's pretty. You seek me.
Mhm.
A precious gift to a woman who's never really been sought. You hold me and make me feel protected. Like you understand my feelings and you won't neglect them. You consider me. Man, words can't describe how much it meant for you to give me the satin pillowcase. I love that man.
It's a good man right there. It's a good man right there. That's setting. That's setting
and and my own side of the bed, okay?
up.
I see how important it is that I don't feel like I'm in your space. I dare to say it's ours. I just wanted to let you know how much I appreciate the time we spent together. Blowing back, then blowing backs, followed by a few snacks. Making memories and moments instead of debates. Man, boxes don't surround us. I love that you make room for me in your life. And before I end this message and say goodnight, I just want to thank you for your vulnerability. It allows me to wholeheartedly say, I trust you. I could love someone and not trust them. And you got the hard part right. I won't betray your trust, and I pray you keep mine. And with that, good night.
No, that was cute.
That's for Lacey.
Somebody sound like they didn't leave.
Seek and talk. Yes. He be looking for me, Angel.
Just shut up, girl.
He do. Right. Let
That's
me tell you something.
the hard part,
Angel,
right?
you know. Angel know how hard it is to trust.
Oh yeah,
She know
I
too.
know
You
how
know
hard
how
it is to
hard it
trust.
is to trust.
Yeah.
But when I tell y'all, this what makes this so much different than anybody else. I trust him.
Wow,
And
that's beautiful.
I can say that with confidence. He can tell me I went down the street and did 4 backflips. And I'll be like, good job, baby. You did them backflips. Because I believe him.
That's good.
I do. I believe him. And that's just so beautiful. So yeah. Okay, so your turn. Come on, Adrian. You got any poetry? Look,
Okay. All
too
right. So
bad we
let's.
can't
All right.
chime you in,
I
Angel.
know, right? Okay, let's do this. My students ask me why I'm at because I'm freezing. I'm freezing. I'm in the room. And I'm Miss Doris told me,
That
damn, can I have a break? Anyway, so all right. So this one is because oh, she not. I can't stand her. I can't stand my students. Anyway, this one is because today is the day that my stepdad came home on hospice. So I had wrote this poem for him the day of his memorial.
okay.
So I'm gonna read this.
Okay.
And it took me the day of his memorial to write this poem. I was gonna use somebody else's, but I was like, I need my words. So I literally was in the bathroom on the toilet and wrote this poem like an hour before his freaking memorial was coming.
It be like that sometimes, bro.
I said, okay, I wrote this today. I wrote this today because any other day seemed too hard. I wrote this today because it was hard writing with my heart being so scarred. Whenever I tried to write, my mind wouldn't allow me to think. I would put the pen to the paper, but the pen had no ink. This task was not easy. The thought of telling you goodbye. It was hard for me to write because the tears kept forming in my eye. So I decided to sit today and write something for you. I just want to tell you that we all love you. I don't want you to worry about Pavel either. She has all of us surrounding her and is here whenever she needs us. So rest peacefully because you deserve it. The rest. Your memories will always be with us. Your quotes were the best. We will carry you everywhere we go. I'm sure in spirit you'll be with us. There will be signs of you. I know. I'm sure you're smiling now at us as we remember you on this day. It's your 75th. I'm sure you're screaming, yeah, buddy. We'll remember all the advice you gave and the stories you told. Although you repeated them a lot, those army ones would never get old. It was hard to believe that you passed away. I didn't want to write this, but I knew I had to today. I know if I told you just today, my heart let you free. I knew you would look at me sitting in your chair, legs crossed, saying, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, and again, don't worry about your spouse. She remembered you always saying to keep those niggas out your house. Well, happy 75th birthday today. Your soul will live on forevermore. So rest peacefully, Tyrone. I'll make sure that everyone close your door. I wrote this today because my heart ached for you. But when I wrote this today, it reminded me of all the love I have for you. Rest peacefully, old man. We love you.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
That was beautiful, so.
Thank you.
Angel said,
Yeah. And that was on his birthday. We had his memorial on the 25th. Oh, thank you, Annette. Thank you, thank you.
Angel agrees. That was beautiful. I felt like I knew him and I didn't even know him.
So was everybody crying? Yeah, everybody was crying. I was crying, trying not, I was trying to be strong reading it. I stand up and read it in front of everybody at the memorial. But I just looked down at my phone though the entire time. I looked up and glanced a little bit, And then I was so upset with myself because I forgot one of his main quotes. Like, yeah, well, he said, I forgot it. And my brother said it out loud in church because I was saying everything he said. Yes, I cannot stand my students. Here I come. They're so rude.
They are rude.
Go
It's okay.
ahead, Shells. Read yours.
Okay, so I just got
Thank
one more piece, and then we can go ahead and you could go ahead and head out.
you.
Um,
Thank you.
so this is something else I wrote. Kind of, so I haven't read this in a little bit, so if I stumble, I apologize.
All right. That's
Um, but this is how much I love y'all because y'all getting exclusives out of me today.
okay.
Okay, so okay. Doesn't This is untitled. 90% of my pieces normally don't have.
Nine is two. You see, I ain't said title, but you one of mine.
Yeah, untitled. Okay, so knock knock.
Who's there?
Who's there?
Oh.
Me. Me who? Girl, if you don't quit playing and let me in, I've kept silent for too long. Now it's time for me to intercede. So instead of avoiding it, open the door for me. Thank you. Now that wasn't so hard. What's all these feelings you got laying around? Insecurity, anxiety, confusion, lack of focus, just to name a few.
Mm.
Don't get me wrong, I know what you've been through, but sitting around replaying the tragedy isn't going to heal you, nor will it take it away. Nor will it take away what happened. P- James, can you see I'm doing something?
Mm.
You give
Acting
me.
like my students.
Thank
Just
you.
give us 5 more minutes, James. 5 more minutes.
Yes.
You get your mama back. You get your
Thank
mama
you.
back. And the dog. You get your mama back too.
Thank you, son.
Hope your kids
Couple.
acting up.
No, don't worry. Just give me a couple minutes. I apologize.
Right in the midst of me.
Right, and you see I'm talking right.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
All right, let's
Start over.
start
Start
over.
over. Start over.
Okay. Knock knock. Who's there? Me. Me who? Girl, if you don't quit playing and let me in, I've kept silent for too long. Now it's time for me to intercede. So instead of avoiding it, open up the door for me. Thank you. Now, that wasn't so hard. Now, what's all these feelings you got laying around? Insecurity, anxiety, confusion, lack of focus, just to name a few. Now, don't get me wrong. I know what you've been through. But sitting around replaying the tragedy isn't going to heal you, nor will it take away what happened. Pick up your head and don't get lost in the shuffle. I need you to budget your money like you budget your weed. If you have to count the puffs, you do indeed, because this amount can only last for so long and you stick to it. Frivolously, you don't run through it. I need you to make efforts to move your body like you move them chips and dips and cookies and cake. Fake counting the calories and carbs can only get you so far. Want to eat junk and wonder why? That's all in your head. You need vitamins and minerals, all the healthy things instead. I need you to chase after your dreams like you chase after that man. The one who said he loves you, but all he loved was your lay. And then the one you thought would never go away. And even though cruel things he would say every day, crying because he ain't there to call you in 7 days. Not just some dip. He was your man. And he wasn't checking for you. And here you are begging him to stay.
Mm.
You know that mission you talked about? The one where you vow to let people know that you love them and say it and show it continuously without so there's no doubt. Friend, family, foe, but you left one person out. I need you to look and say, I love me. Again, say, I love me. I don't care if you believe it. Just put it in the air. I love me.
Mm.
And that's that piece.
I like that. Such motivation.
Mhm.
I was like, dang, girl, you do need to, talking to me. You see me nodding my head when you talking to me.
Mhm,
That
mhm.
was awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, you did that. You did that. You did that
Thank
piece.
you. Thank you. Thank you, Angel. You right. I better love me. Getting that. It's getting there. You know, it's one thing, and I know they say people can't. I know they say people can't make you love yourself. But when somebody really cares about you genuinely, that's not, you know, a family or friend or somebody that you're interested in, it doesn't make you look at yourself better. Like I mean, look at myself differently. Like I got a good person on my side, and like he really liked me. I'm like, man, there's some great things about me. Let me see what's this Stella Shay about? What's she about? Oh, she is kind of dope. Look at her. She cute. She sexy. Hey, hey, girl. I see what he looking at. Hey, girl. Okay. I'm done. All right.
All
We're
right.
gonna wrap this up. We're gonna wrap
Yes.
this up because so gotta go back to work.
Yes, my
Um,
students are like literally complaining because I got them in the classroom freezing. It was burning up in there, and now like I turned the air up to like down to like 60. So they're like, it's freezing in here. I'm like, need the air out soon, people. So they like sanitation up. They like the only thing that's up is the AC. So so I gotta go put sanitation up and yeah, turn the air down. Stop freezing my babies. But
okay.
I'm glad you called it too, and that thank
Yes.
you so much for being so faithful every time we're on. We're gonna try to be more faithful to you and everyone else, and try to be Mondays on time in the evenings at 7:30. Um, and again, thank you all for watching. Please, y'all, we do have a Facebook group page, Monday Evening Talk. Please join that group page. We will be sending out invites. Please accept the invite. Also, we like our Facebook page, Monday Evening Talk, and like our YouTube page, y'all. Subscribe, hit those notifications because we are also live on there when we are live on here, and
Yeah.
that is also Monday Evening Talk. And we will have a new intro. We're working on that. Well, we're gonna work on that rather. And yeah, and then also like our iHeart page. I haven't changed the name yet. It's still Monday Morning Talk, but I will go on there and change the name to Monday Evening Talk. So please say you do watch every episode, so our view we can go up on there and we can, you know what I'm saying, start making this bigger than most. So, any closing words, Shells?
Nope. I just love you guys. Thanks for celebrating poetry with us, and
Yes.
um, enjoy your Monday. I can't wait to see y'all next week and have some reviews and all of that. And it's May, so we can
Yeah.
start talking about mamas and women, and I
Yes.
mean mamas rather,
Maybe
not
we'll have our moms on the show if
girl.
they're not scary. My mama
No,
ain't gonna go.
my
My
mama.
mama ain't gonna go. But we gonna try to push it. We gonna try to push it. My mama,
Girl,
you
my
know, she
mama won't even barely take a picture. She ain't coming
uh,
on camera, so.
see, it's like so I might be seeing other people on my show, and so maybe it'll like motivate her to like.
Okay, well, we can see if we can get your
We'll
mama.
see. We'll see if we get my mama on the show.
Put my
We'll
mama
see.
down. I can tell you right now. All right.
But again, thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Tune in to us every week at 7:30 Monday evenings, y'all. Have a good night. Be safe, drive safe, sleep well, say your prayers, and hopefully you'll have a blessed day tomorrow. Bye.
Good
Good
night.
night, Annette.
Night, Angel.